So the other day I was playing Risk of Rain 2, and I kind of thought to myself, at some point you end up doing unnecessary amounts of damage in the game. You know, I think that's just how it typically goes for roguelikes. Once you hit a certain point, you just become God and everything you see just dies. And a lot of times things you even don't see just end up dying. So I thought it'd be a good idea to test this little thing out where I try to see how much damage I could really do in one single hit. So for those of you that don't know, Risk of Rain 2 is a roguelike game where you come into here, you choose a character that has different kinds of abilities, and here you can change these moves that you can use for various things. You can change skins, all that. And you hop into a game. It'll start you out in this little pod where you're completely safe from all the enemies. You exit the pod, and now essentially you just kill everything that moves. When you kill enemies, you earn money. And once you've killed enough enemies, you can bring your money over to something like this, was just the Shrine of Chance, and it gives you a chance at a random item, like that. Now, the main form of you getting items will be these chests you can find scattered around the stage. Once you're done locating all the chests and getting all the items out of them, you have to come to this teleporter and activate it, which will spawn a boss and put a little reddish bubble around it. And what you have to do here is defeat the boss and charge the teleporter by remaining in the bubble. So once you've defeated the boss and charged the teleporter to 100%, it will let you activate the teleporter again to teleport out of the stage and into the next one. After that, it's lather, rinse, repeat until you get to the final stage. So anyway, I played Risk of Rain for a couple hours, not too many, but I wanted to see just how far I could take that most damage dealt, which is the most amount of damage you can deal in a single hit. Now, after a while in roguelikes, specifically Risk of Rain 2, eventually you start doing millions of damage, which is kind of a lot more than what you actually need to kill things, so it becomes unnecessary. But I wanted to take that number and take it as high as I possibly could and just see where it goes. So in order to do that, I actually had to take out most of the RNG in it. I don't want to rely on having to find chests, and there might only be a couple of them per round, so then I have to really cycle through. Plus, with the RNG, you don't always get the items you want. So in order to take that out, what I ended up doing was I put on the artifact of command, I put on the artifact of swarms, and I put on the artifact of sacrifice. These three artifacts allow it so that in any level, you could stay there as long as you like, because with the artifact of sacrifice, enemies drop the items when you kill them. There's no longer any chests. That being said, you can indefinitely stay in any level, even level 1, you could stay there for an entire run. Artifact of command takes out most of the weapon RNG or item RNG and allows you to choose the item that you want, which kind of helps move that damage scaling up and makes it a lot more efficient. Now the last one, swarms, it's really just more of a theory. I don't know if it actually works, but I figured swarms doubles the enemies on spawn. So if you have one wisp that normally spawns, it will give you 2, and it does that for every enemy. I figured more enemies, higher chance of a item spawn from kill. So I set those 3 artifacts, and on I went. So I waited in the pod for about 2 minutes because I was still setting something up, but it really goes to show just how well the artifact of swarms works. This is only 3 minutes into the run. That was crazy. So, due to a lull in enemy spawns, I decided to hit the teleporter and move on to the next stage. And I guess in the meantime of me completing this teleporter challenge, I'll explain Rex to you. Now, the quick and easy description of Rex is really just that he's a self-harming robo plant boy. To elaborate on this, some of Rex's moves hurt himself. So essentially what you're doing is you're trading health for damage on the enemies. You have to be really wary with how you use Rex's moves, because it's not that you can't actually kill yourself with him, but you can take down your health to a point where they could sneeze on you and you would die. So he does have moves that can hurt him, but he also does have moves that can heal him. Like his mouse 1, it shoots the 3 little laser beams, and the third one, when it hits, will drain the enemy's health and give it back to you. His R ability, or his special, whatever it's called, lays down a little leech seed And if enemies come into the circle, the leech seed, it will drain their health and give it back to you. So it's a lot of strategy you have to go on with health management to play Rex. There are also a lot of items that you can use to help mitigate the damage you're taking to yourself. Now, a great item for Rex is called the Razor Wire. What it does is sends out a little spike whenever you take damage. Now this is great for Rex because it can help stop the metaphorical gangbangs the game throws at you because he can hurt himself, thus adding to the damage aspect. So now I finally picked up two of the main items that I'm going to need to scale up my damage for the rest of the run. Those two items being the Lensmaker Glasses, which occasionally gives you a critical strike on the enemies, dealing double damage, and also the Crowbar, which deals bonus damage to enemies above 90% health. The third thing is the Royal Capacitor, which is an equipment that you can use that sends a lightning bolt down on top of enemies. This is good because essentially I need the first hit of every move to deal the bonus damage. Since the Royal Capacitor is a lightning strike, it only deals one hit, so I'll be getting maximum damage on every single enemy. Now the premise is stack the Lensmaker Glasses and the Crowbars as much as I possibly can in the shortest amount of time possible so that I can really extend the amount of damage I do with the Royal Capacitor. And I'm also going to be getting fuel cells which give me extra charges of the Royal Capacitor. And now we start doing the jump cuts where I'm just going to go to random points in the run and see where I'm at with the whole item count and damage. With that being said, it seems like I didn't get too many more Crowbars and I didn't stack any more Lensmaker Glasses. But I did notice that overall my item count did go up with an addition of a red item. This red item being the Brilliant Behemoth, which makes every single one of your attacks explode. Rex has an unlimited amount of a 3-burst mouse 1, every single one of those is going to explode, increasing damage. And according to this little lightning strike, I currently do about 8,712 damage, which is pretty good for 34 minutes in. Let me see how much I do in this, or let's just see if I can kill him, but first this single strike. Now, I kind of messed up because I did use the Royal Capacitor twice in a row on him, which is why you see the 2 numbers. But given that the faded one kind of shows a little bit more, I'm pretty sure that second number is 458,000 damage. And that's an hour in. So big difference from the first check into this one. Okay, there was a couple numbers there, but I'm pretty sure that was like 400,000 damage. Oh, I remember the days when I used to be scared of Malachite back in the early access days. Comment down below if you guys remember the early access Malachites. Them things were actually dangerous. Alright, let's see how fast we can get this guy to shoot. Shooting speed is acquired through the Soldier Syringe, which is the first item you see on my list. And I have about 40 of them, so we're going to see how fast I can really get this guy to shoot. I'm hoping for minigun status. Quick little test. Yeah, that's pretty fast. GG. So, with the items that we're looking for, I have stacked about 10 Lensmaker Glasses, which is usually about what you need to get 100% crit. And we've also stacked 41 Crowbars, which is helping with immense amount of damage on the initial Royal Capacitor strike. And on the secondary objective for the shooting speed, I've acquired 77 Soldier Syringes. So you can kind of tell where my priority's going. Nonetheless, we are doing big damage. Yeah, nice try. Nice try. So now we jump forward to the 100-minute mark, where now it looks like we have stacked a whopping 73 Crowbars. Still only 10 Lensmaker Glasses, but that's about all we need.
And we now have 103 syringes. I believe we shoot very, very fast. And also do insane amounts of damage.
266. I don't really get, because I'm should be doing much more damage than that. Oh, I saw a 396. We'll see how much we can do to this guy. Oh, I didn't kill him. All right, I'm gonna move on real quick. I'm gonna come back next round, and I'm actually gonna get my shaped glass.
Ah, yeah, the lunar items. Yeah, they're a weird sort of item that can either be really, really beneficial to your run, or they can literally be the worst thing in existence for you. It all just depends on how you use them. You get them using the currency called lunar coins, which if you look at the money on the top left, I have about 388 of them. And the ones that I'm currently after are called the shaped glass, which doubles your damage but takes half your health. Gonna have to use it wisely because you become a literal glass cannon.
Now let's see. 7 million on that first strike. I'm just looking for the teleporter. Anyone happens to know where that is? There it is. $42 million. I'm only in it for shaped glass now.
So I'm gonna freak out about this a little bit, but it actually ended up not being true after further inspection. I actually only ended up doing 15 million damage to it, not 715 million, which is a little disappointing, but yeah, we'll get there.
715 million damage, dude. Holy God. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Run away. There's so many entities on screen. Entities. Now what do we got? 233 million on the lizard, on the newt. All right, we're gonna see. We're gonna come back next time. How many shaped glass do we have? We have 14 shaped glass right now. We're gonna see just how much damage it does. No. 998 million damage. I'm gonna keep coming back. My goal is 10 billion damage. First I need a newt shrine. Newt altar, I mean. Yeah, I figured. I can't even take fall damage. Oh, I got so close. Oh, most damage dealt. I almost got it. Look at that. So in about 2.5 hours. So when you do that, you can't even take fall damage. My total damage dealt was 36 billion. 36,238,630,572. So the most damage dealt in a single hit, mind you, was 7,481,327,616 damage. That is insane amounts of damage. I wish I could have taken it further, but I figured taking fall damage would have killed me, but I wasn't exactly sure, you know. But maybe next time I'll actually try to do better and see if I can hit 10 billion damage. I think that would be cool.